In the past few days, there are some levels and types of blessings God has helped me to see exist. So, as you listen to them, I want you to ask yourself, which do you really believe you've been enjoying? Which do you probably struggle with, right? And which do you need to, leverage more? So, there's a level of blessing, or there's a type of blessing basically where you know you're not deserving. And if you're a person of faith, you'll be familiar with this scripture that says, while we were yet sinners, Christ loved us and he died for us, right? So you're not deserving in that situation. And so a lot of us will call it mercy, right? So you've got mercy in that situation, and what should have come as a consequence, you don't get that consequence that could have been taking something away from you, or depriving you of something, right? Or limiting, but you got something instead. So in that moment, you're not deserving. In that moment, you're not worthy, but you are kind of still giving that blessing. So that's a type of blessing. Then there's another type of blessing where you are made deserving. It's not because you do anything, but just because you are, right? That's the blessing that I would call the blessing of sonship. When you think about, for those that might have had domestic staff, working with them and also have children, how your kids can go to the fridge and pick anything they want. Sometimes they ask you, sometimes they don't, right? Because they know that they are the children in the house. They are deserving of that access to that blessing, right? So the blessing that you get because you are now made to have a new connection, a relationship, a standing. That's a blessing. It's bestowed upon you, not because you did anything, because when you start thinking about doing something, you're thinking about a servant or a slave mentality, where you know that something must be given for you to get something in exchange. But this type 2, or this type of blessing that I'm talking about, is one where you didn't quite do anything, but because you are a son, you have an access to that blessing. Then there's a third type of blessing. That's the one that a lot of us key into. That's the blessing that comes with following principles, right? So you sow a seed and you get a harvest. Of course, if you sow maybe 2 corn seeds in the soil, you're not going to come and find two corn seeds at the end of the day. There's going to be a harvest of a multiplication. So that's a blessing on the seed that you have sown, right? So there's that type 3 blessing. You sow something and the commensurate reward that should come from it, you get it as a result. So when you show up, you go to your company, you show up at the office, and you fulfill the expectations of your job description, you get a reward back. That's the blessing of giving in that moment. Then there's a blessing. This one is, you sow a seed, you show up, but you know that you cannot explain the reward that comes with it. It's also like the type 2 where you don't do anything, you just get blessings for being a son. This one, you are being blessed multiple times in ways that you cannot explain for showing up or for sowing a seed. So again, the 4 types of blessings that I've gotten recent understandings on that I thought I should just share quickly. Type 1, you're not deserving at all, and you just enjoy a merciful kind of blessing. Type 2, you are bestowed a deservingness, a worthiness to be blessed. You're not really doing anything, but you just enjoy some things because you have that access. Type 3, you follow the principles and you get the benefits of the principle. Type 4, you follow the principles, but you get multiple benefits of following the principles because the principle is on your side. So which one of these types have you been engaging, and which one do you think you need to leverage a bit more on as time goes on?